Mega Market Ready, we are a licensed and insured general contractor. And hopefully you guys have already picked up a little bit about what we do, but we specialize in helping listing agents and sellers prepare their homes to sell for top dollar. And so we specialize in sort of the cosmetic work specifically for homes. And the thing that really sets us apart, which has been a phenomenal tool for so many, is that the homeowner doesn't pay for the work until their home sells. And so that has been allowing homeowners to get their home into a position where before it wasn't selling because there's something so ugly or horrible and nasty about it that it just wasn't selling. And we're getting homeowners, we're making updates that then have a positive return, and they're able to net more money. So we're going to go through all that. Just so you know, we get this question a lot, like what kind of things do you cover? We basically cover just about everything. So anything from like, carpet, paint, HVAC system, roof, plumbing leaks, molds, exterior work, even landscaping. We tackle it all. So if there's ever a question, just let us know. Just call us and we're happy to answer, go into detail if you have a specific situation that you're wondering about. Let's see here. On my presenter controls. There we go. I guess we'll just go. Part of the clicker is blocking the slide, so I can't fully see. Okay, but this is what we're going to do. I'm first going to share 3 case studies. And the first case study is a typical home that you guys will have seen 1,000 of these as you show homes, right? You can see the as-is condition on the left, like these homes built in the 90s. They have a lot of that like honey oak, and it can be overwhelming, and it just dates the home. And this was the sellers were an older couple, and they were heading into a retirement community, and so they needed as much money as possible. The home was actually, the bones were in good shape. It just needed a little bit of love, a little bit of updating. So that's what we did. We came in and we refinished the wood floor, and that alone really helped change the whole feeling of that orange vibe. It no longer felt like that. We changed a few light fixtures. We painted the interior. We put in some new carpet, and we they were using a bedroom as a master closet with all these built-in shelves, and we turned that back into a bedroom so that you could count for one on the appraisal. And there it is. That was the bedroom that was being used as a closet. We felt like they'd get a good return. So the agent on this one, they thought that the home would sell in as-is condition for about $475,000. We came in and gave them and said, hey, for $30,000, we can make those updates that we just mentioned. And we said, hey, we think if you do that, you could probably sell for right around $525,000. After they were done, it looked so good. The listing agent's like, let's go all out and see what we can get. They put it up for $550,000, so quite a bit more than what we had recommended. And then they ended up getting multiple offers. I think it was 5 offers, all at or above asking price. They even had a cash offer they had the highest offer was for $575,000. They ended up going with a cash offer for $550,000 that could close in a few days. And then sort of ironically, the home ended up selling for $537,000. And the reason being is because the seller ended up giving a credit for the roof of $13,000. And the roof was one of the things that we had recommended that they do, and they elected not to. But I think our quote was for $8,500 to update to put another layer on the roof. Instead, the buyer came in and they ended up knocking it down $13,000. But ultimately, they closed very quickly and were able to net quite a bit more. Okay. So that first case study is an example of just a home that just needs some updating. The second one is a home that needs a lot more work, and this homeowner had some
Joe, really fast.
What's that?
Someone raised their hand.
Oh yeah.
Someone have a question they'd like to ask?
You can unmute yourself and ask away.
I think it was Wileen.
Oh, there we go. I couldn't figure out how to unmute. I think I might have missed it when you said it. You said you had that honey oak cabinets, And in the picture, it looks like they're lighter. Did you replace the doors? Did you change did you make a change, or is it just the photography was a little different?
No, I'm so glad you asked. It's amazing. All we did was lighten the floors, and it changes colors throughout the entire house, including the cabinets, which no longer felt so honey oak. We didn't touch those cabinets, and but just by lightening the floor, that was it. That did the trick.
Well, so the floor, was it hardwood or was it like?
It was hardwood, so we
okay,
refinished
so you
it.
just changed the color of the floor.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did a clear, like a light clear coat on it, and it turned out so well. In fact, that was the number one thing that people mentioned as they went through, was just that they love the floors, the refinished flooring.
Thank you.
Good question. Okay, so the next one is a home that's going to need it's sort of like an investor special. You guys will come across these every now and then, where you feel like the only person you could sell this home to is somebody who's going to come in and like flip it, or just wants a great deal. They're definitely going to lowball you on this. And the nice thing, the reason why we use this as a case study is because we have hard numbers. You can see this is ultimately what it ended up looking for. It was all new cabinets, all new flooring, all new paint. Basically all new everything, like HVAC system, two AC units, the yard, a whole bunch of stuff. And before we came along, the highest offer that they had received was for $350,000. And that was from a flipper. So the homeowner was devastated. Their agent had heard about us, reached out, and we came through and we said, hey, for $170,000, we'll make this look essentially brand new again. And we told them, if you do that, we think you can sell it for about $725,000. Once we got done, they're like, this looks amazing. Let's go all out. They ended up listing it for $775,000. I think it was on the market for about a month or so. And they ultimately ended up selling for $700,000. So a little bit lower than what we thought. But I think if they had put it on the market at the $725,000 in the beginning, they probably would have gotten that. But anyway, they ended up getting $700,000, and the homeowner ended up netting an additional $180,000. So that's even after paying us back. And for this homeowner, that was life-changing money. And the other thing that you need to know about this one is that when we did the work, we put them up in an Airbnb in the state that they were moving to, and they paid for that out of their equity. So we funded the money, and they ultimately paid us back when they sold. But that allowed them to get out to where they wanted to be, find their home. They never came back and even saw the home after we were done. They just gave us the keys. They said, thank you. We sent them off, and then they just their agent took it over, sold it, and they got their check in the mail, and they were able to close on the home in Washington. It was a really special, it's just a special feeling. Like, it was really, really rewarding. The last case study I'm going to share with you guys is this one in Provo. We had given them an estimate as we walked through to update the entire home. This is what it looked like. And the homeowner ended up electing to just sell to a flipper. So we didn't even get a chance to work on this. The flipper ended up doing this, which is something, it's similar to what we would have done. And these are the actual numbers. So we had given them a remodeling bid of $115,000 to do all the work. The flipper ended up purchasing the home from the homeowner for $425,000. And then they did put a little bit more work than we did. So we said, hey, maybe they put $150,000 into it. And then the flipper sold it in 12 days for $664,000. So the flipper made this profit of roughly $89,000, $90,000. And what's so powerful is that if the homeowner had used us, it would have taken us 4 or 5 weeks to get it done. And that $90,000 would have gone directly to the homeowner rather than to the flipper. So oftentimes we'll tell people is like, hey, if you want to be the one to capitalize on your home and make the profit rather than a flipper, that's where we can come into play. And so whenever you come into a project like that, think of us and let us come through and give a quote and see if it makes sense.